Hello everybody. Just doing a little thing on my filter today. This is a Fluval C4. It's rated for a 70 gallon. I've got it on my 40. So I've got to turn all the way down. This moves over. It about doubles the flow through the system. Which is really cool. That's a feature that I really haven't seen. So it slows down the water flow through the filter, which is one of the key things that these do. This is another unique feature. It has a little drip tray, and what that does is that little fountain spews the water on these things, and it ends up growing beneficial bacteria. And because it's very highly aerated, it grows a lot of aerobic bacteria. Oh, before I forget, this is supposed to have one of these on it. This is a stage of filtration which I don't use. This clogs very easily, and I find it to be useless unless you're doing water changes or something like that where you need to make sure that you need to filter everything out. So I keep one of these on hand, but I do not keep it in all of the time. This is a basket that's normally used for chemical filtration. I see people putting ammo lock, not ammo lock, that's the water, the liquid you put in, ammo stones, different resins, carbon bags in here. I have went a different route, as I've explained before, but I'm doing it again right now. This is all biomedia. This is all because of the high water flow will still grow some amount of beneficial bacteria. Now back here, which I'm not going to take out, is the mechanical filter. It has a loose like foam and then a closer polynet. Actually, just one second. Just remembered I actually have one. And hopefully you can see, this is the loose side. This is more of a sponge, which is biological filtration and catches the big stuff. And on the other side is a very fine, I think it's polyester, I'm not sure. But this polishes the water, gets all of the fine stuff out. And it does have a system in here, and it's really hard to show you without taking the whole thing apart. This recirculates the water. The water goes in through the bottom of this filter, and then, because of the design, pushes it back through the filter and then back again. So it's like making an S through this filter. So essentially the water goes through this two, 3 times. And I've had this on here quite a long time now, and this is a more expensive filter, but it is so much more worth it. The reason is, I have reached a point at this where it has been on here so long, my water is pristine. I don't need any chemical filtration on here. I don't need carbon to soak up all of the extra organics. I don't need ammo lock because of the amount of biological filtration that this thing has. I've reached a point where I bought this new pack of three months ago. This filter is now lasting 4 times longer than it was at first. I have over time become extremely impressed with this filter. If you don't want a canister filter or to set up a sump, these are wonderful filters. A+ quality on these. You have to buy less things, and these filters, when they do clog, they are sturdy enough to rinse out. I can reuse these about 3 times, and that's really easy when you're doing a water change. You take this apart, put the dirty one in the old tank water, and then just manipulate it to get all of the crap out, and then pop it back in, and you're good. It's only after about 2 or 3 times of doing that that I feel like I have to replace it. And these are cheap. This is the only thing that I have to buy, and 3 of them is like $7. The cheaper filters that I was doing the homemade filters on, I was spending more doing a crappier job filtering the water. And I'm just thoroughly impressed over time how this filter has matured in a good way and has become so incredibly self-reliant. Applause to Fluval on making a quality product. It's made my life easier and made the fish's life better.